Steve Ross. Today's show that we viewed was Amnesia. That's right, I had to remember that. The host was Dennis Miller, and on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably rate the show an 8, mostly because the host was pretty good. Dennis Miller's good. The show moves a little slow, so in that sense, that's why I kind of like take it down a couple of notches. How I think Amnesia's going to do on TV, how well? I think, yeah, I don't think it'll last too long. Honestly, that's my opinion. And that's just my take on the show Amnesia. Yeah, this is Steve the E. Ross. We're on our way from, what was the show again?
Amnesia.
Amnesia, right. Don't forget that. Yeah. Here with a few audience members, and they're going to give us their opinion of the show. All right. Oh, and introduce yourselves too.
Hi, I'm Vince.
I'm Eli.
Hi, I'm Kimberly.
Okay.
Well, I thought the show was a little slow. I thought it had, I think it has some merit to it. I just think it needs a little time to grow. I like Dennis Miller. I've always found him funny, so he keeps the show going as the host. I think it just needs to have a little more, what's the word? Not exactly perspective, but I feel like it needs more content in the show instead of it just being, I kind of feel like it's made up. Like your closest family, friends, when they do answer the questions correctly on Amnesia, it's basically because they know they might have traded off answers. You really can't tell if they're trading off answers, and I found that to be a little bit disturbing when I was watching it.
Oh, so. Cool.
I'm not sure if I agree with her. I mean, first of all, I love Dennis Miller. I think he makes the show. And, you know, a lot of times you tune into a show just specifically to see one person. I think a lot of people watch it for him. He's so sarcastic. I do agree. The show needs a little tweaking. I mean, first of all, they have these girls, but he doesn't banter with them. He doesn't. I mean, like, you know how Pat Sajak has his Vanna. I think they need to just, you know, be like, "Hey, Isabel, how's it going?" Just have some sort of bantering back and forth between the girls, so they're more than just eye candy. I mean, I think that would be a definite improvement. And if they get really good contestants, then I think it is interesting because at least there's some sort of skill involved. You know, you're going with your memory. You know, like for me, Deal or No Deal, I know it's a huge hit, but there's no skill involved. It's just luck. So I would rather watch a show like this where at least, you know, they have to have something, some sort of talent in order to win the show. But that's just my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel it's all about the contestants. Like, if you get boring people for the show, then the show won't be as entertaining.
True.
But also, it's a show that it relies heavily on the host. Like, you need that dynamic host to carry on the show. And I think Dennis Miller pulled that off.
Well, then one last thing with everybody. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it? You first?
What do you think? I think strong second.
Can I give Dennis an 8?
Yeah, you can. Okay.
Dennis a 9.
Yeah, Dennis a 10, the show is 7.
I agree. And you?
Definitely Dennis a
Yeah.
10. The show, it's to 7.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It just needs more
definitely.
content.
It just needs, yeah,
and
a little
dynamic,
more,
like you said.
like they said, like they gotta get like over the top, like contestants to make it interesting, and they just.
And well, they had over the top tonight when I saw it. I thought that she was a little too superficial and shallow. She's a little too like out there. So it just
Ouch.
depends on the person that they get. The personality needs to be not so conservative, but not so almost dorkish, which is what we kind of saw tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe over the top isn't the right word, but just
She was.
at least have
I
interesting
believe it
stories.
was,
You know, like
yeah.
interesting stories. So
She
like
was a little too much.
you want to hear them tell the stories, and you're interested.
And their lives.
Yeah.
And stuff.
So,
so
yeah.
You're in the dark now.
Interesting stories.
Interesting stories.
Okay.
Okay, give us your opinion on how well do you think the show will do on TV.
It's really hard to say how it'll do on TV because a lot of shows that I wouldn't think would become hits, like The Singing Bee, which I thought sucked, have become hits. So I don't know. I mean, I think there's a good chance it could become a hit because Dennis Miller is very popular. And, you know, a regular person could go on that show and do really well because it's your life, you know. It's not like you have to be like Jeopardy and know the Encyclopedia Britannica in order to win. So
Right.
I don't know, I think it could do good.
Okay, cool. And you?
Oh, well, actually, the final product is, I haven't seen it, so I guess,
Yeah.
when it's edited, I guess it'll look good. But definitely, I mean, fans of Dennis Miller will check the show out. So, yeah, I think it has a good possibility.
Okay. And how well do you think it'll do on TV?
I think it's going to go. I think it's going to be on TV. It's going to pick up a little bit like Identity, because the people themselves with amnesia are their own identity.